picture that I'm getting while you were playing, parang yung nasa barrio in the Philippines, like in a barrio, and you know, at night, it's like a harana almost, right?
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe I was looking for. I wanted to write a traditional sounding Filipino piece. That's what I came up with, and people seem to like it, so I thought I'd play it for y'all.
And this is your original.
Yep.
And of course, if you're just joining us, we are talking about FASO, Filipino-American Symphony Orchestra, today on Kababayan LA. In fact, we are celebrating with FASO. Christmas is about celebration, and they're doing just that as well today on the show. And Vince here is the guitarist for FASO. And Vince, we were talking earlier, and this is a good story to share, I think. You were there when FASO was just composed of 7 people.
Yeah, there were 7 core members that were there in the beginning, and then from there it just steadily grew, word of mouth. You know, there are a lot of, as you know, Filipino musicians out there, and once the word got out that we were putting a symphony orchestra together, after a few months we managed to get a full orchestra, and it's been good ever since.
And now you have how many members?
I would say 40 steady members.
Steady members.
And we have some friends coming in from up in the Bay Area coming every once in a while. So
talk about sacrifice too. You know, I've had FASO here before. We've had some representatives from your group. Talk about, you know, sacrificing as a member. What are some of the sacrifices? Well,
we all have day gigs, you know, so it's a little bit difficult to juggle not only your life working during the day, but also having the scheduling to get 40 members to get together and rehearse. And as you know, a lot of people already know probably that it's very difficult for a symphony orchestra to get off the ground these days because of funding and et cetera, et cetera. So this is really coming from the heart for us to do what we do, and it's turned out to be almost like a family. I'd say it is a family.
You know how I read FASO? It's not just about people who say, oh, it's love for the art, love for the craft, it's love for music. Yes?
Yeah.
I think that is so, but then at the same time with FASO, there's also pride in being a member of a Filipino-American Symphony Orchestra, because before this, there was none.
Right. We're the very first Filipino-American Symphony Orchestra, and it's a great opportunity for us to hear music from the Philippines, Filipino composers that you wouldn't have heard otherwise. I hadn't heard of a lot of Filipino composers until I got hooked up with these guys, and you know, and just the different styles and a lot of good modern stuff that's been coming out of there that I didn't know existed.
Do you think about that? Do you talk about that as a group, about, you know, being the Filipino-American Symphony Orchestra, being, you know, together as a family?
Yeah. I'd say that, you know, there's certainly a sense of pride that we have being, you know, the first members of FASO, but also that we, you know, there's a certain responsibility too when you represent the community like that, especially playing, you know, the music that we do. So there is, pressure might be too strong of a word, but there is, we're very proud of what we do.
And you take it seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about disagreements? You know, 40 people. It's difficult enough for 2 people to get along all the time. 40 people, who calls the shots, whose word sticks?
Well, luckily we have a very strong musical director in Bob Schroeder. So
Hi, Bob.
So he's, you know, he's the one with the artistic vision, and he, you know, what he says goes, and we respect him, and he's very good at what he does. So we have no doubts in his wisdom and how the direction of the orchestra is going to be going. So, you know, and it's really not, you know, contentious. You know, we're all very, it's something that we love to do, and so we do it. And you know, if there are disagreements, you know, it probably lasts for half a second and then we go on.
Which is good, because you know what, Filipinos are famous for tampo, right? That is tampo. That's why we have this Tagalog word for it, which is tampo, which is, I don't know how it translates to English actually. It's a Filipino trait, right? It's just you nagtatampo ka, yung medyo, you know, you get slighted or something like that, right? And it's good that you overcome that. I guess when you're working with music, everything just flows, right?
It should.
Right.
It should. But I mean, the personalities are such that it's never too bad.
Right.
You know? And it's probably something trivial, and then we just move on from there.
Right. And that is why we're going to have more music to make this afternoon more bearable for you on Kababayan LA. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.